In battle, some Jedi turned defense into artistry. Others transformed combat into a whirlwind. Form 4, known as Ataru, became the style of motion, speed, and overwhelming offense. Born from the need to outmaneuver blasters and dominate duels, it relied on agility, acrobatics, and relentless momentum. Yet the same traits that made it spectacular also made it dangerous. In the hands of legends like Yoda and Qui-Gon Jinn, Ataru showed that the Force itself could become a dance of motion and fury. Ataru evolved from the Jedi's growing need to counter ranged enemies while maintaining superiority in one-on-one combat. Its core idea was to turn the wielder into a blur of motion, striking from every angle before opponents could adjust. Practitioners relied on somersaults, spins, and force-augmented leaps, attacks that seemed unpredictable and impossible to defend against. Its name, the Way of the Hawk-Bat, symbolized this aerial, aggressive philosophy. In the early Jedi Order, Ataru quickly became a favorite among duelists who thrived on agility. However, it was equally dangerous to the user. Its athletic demands pushed Jedi to their physical limits, leaving openings if endurance faltered. In Legends, it became the style of choice for warriors who preferred spectacle and risk over calculated defense. Ataru philosophy is pure offense. Instead of waiting, the Jedi overwhelms, striking first and never allowing the enemy to recover. Footwork becomes circular, arms and blade never at rest, with the Force amplifying leaps and speed beyond natural ability. In Ataru, mobility is defense. The user never remains still long enough to be cornered. Its strengths are undeniable: unpredictability, dazzling speed, and devastating attacks. But its weaknesses are just as sharp. A fatigued practitioner risks collapse, and confined spaces, corridors, starship halls, even dense forests restrict the very acrobatics Ataru demands. Masters taught their students that the form is most effective when the Force itself supplies endurance and precision, ensuring every strike lands with intent. Two names define Ataru mastery: Yoda and Qui-Gon Jinn. Yoda, limited in stature, turned Ataru into an extension of the Force itself. His duels against Count Dooku and Darth Sidious demonstrated a storm of motion, overwhelming opponents with agility that belied his age. Qui-Gon Jinn, tall and deliberate, used Ataru's broad strikes and forward momentum to press opponents relentlessly. Though less agile than Yoda, his adaptation was forceful and steady, but it also revealed Ataru's risk. In The Phantom Menace, his duel with Darth Maul ended in part because prolonged offense drained him, leaving an opening Maul exploited. Other Jedi who used Ataru included Aayla Secura and Anakin Skywalker, who blended its aggression into his hybrid style. In Legends, Adi Gallia and other Jedi of the Clone Wars era were also associated with its use. Each showed how the style could adapt to their own strengths and their own downfalls. Ataru's brilliance lies in its ability to dominate momentum. Against ranged attackers, its speed closes gaps quickly. Against duelists, it flows, making predicting strikes nearly impossible. Yet its flaws are equally dangerous. A single miscalculation or mistimed leap leaves the user exposed. Sith duelists often exploited this by baiting Ataru practitioners into overextending. Darth Maul's victory over Qui-Gon Jinn is a tragic case study. In confined environments, Ataru loses its advantage. Unlike Soresu or Makashi, which thrive in structured duels, Ataru demands wide space to maneuver. Its practitioners risk exhausting themselves if battles drag on, forcing many to fuse Ataru's strengths with other forms. Anakin Skywalker, for instance, merged its aggression with the Gem So, creating a hybrid style more suited to his durability and raw power. Though its risks limited its widespread adoption, Ataru remains one of the most iconic forms in Jedi history. Its dramatic acrobatics became a symbol of Jedi power, remembered in hollow records and archives as both inspiring and perilous. In the Jedi Temple, instructors often taught its principles selectively, emphasizing the need for strong force connection before attempting its acrobatics. In legends, it is recorded as a form often favored by younger Jedi, eager to prove themselves with its flair. Even as blasters and warfare evolved, Ataru endured through its symbolism, motion as strength, offense as the best defense, and the Force as a literal partner in movement. More than any other style, it captures the theatrical and spiritual side of lightsaber combat, a reminder that sometimes the best way to survive is to never give the enemy a chance to strike at all. Form 4, Ataru, is remembered as the most aggressive and acrobatic of the lightsaber forms. In the hands of its masters, it transformed combat into motion itself, blurring the line between art and survival. But its dangers remind us speed without discipline can become weakness. That concludes this chronicle. Another will follow soon. Keep the archive growing by liking this entry and subscribing for the next chapter.